changed you and you're a better person for it.
Awesome. So, you've all heard what your director's goal is for this morning and forever. I would assume it's beyond just this 2-hour session. Now, let me ask you, what's your goal? Sing better. And? Sorry? Somebody said something. What she wants from you. Whatever Barb wants.
Whatever Lola wants.
And for the uptune, the character being consistent, and to make it so we can sing with the moving and sing well.
Character, singing with the movement, singing well. Excellent.
Make
All
sure it
good
doesn't get in the
things.
way.
All good things. Anybody else? Yes. To lure the audience to join you in your feelings. Excellent. Okay. Anybody else? Yes. Unit sound. Okay. So just a short list of things. Anything else I could do this morning? Yeah, there's a lot of good. They're all valid things, and we enjoyed your performance yesterday afternoon. By the way, thank you for that. They got a sense of what you're like. I think when I was here a few years ago, I also was one of the judges,
Yes.
and may have also been honored to have your performance at that time too. So I think we. Noises. Okay, random noises. Good. So, the drip happening. So we're just going to dive right in. Do you have a preference? We have 2 hours, so do you want to spend approximately an hour on each song?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm really not that great with time, so somebody might want to give me a holler.
Actually,
It's about 10
I'm
a.m.
leaving here at 5 minutes to 10. So when I leave, you switch songs.
Okay, excellent. That'll be just less than an hour, but we'll gauge it around that. At least we'll have a clue. So, okay, deal. You're on. You're the timekeeper. So do you have a choice as to preference? Up to? Okay, here we go.
That you made to me, and now I am just getting on to those lies. Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you. I'm tired of hearing the same old line. Your crazy excuses are not worth a dime. I got a lump in my throat and a pain in my heart. The lies that you told me have torn us apart. Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you. You told me lies that made me happy, lies that made me blue, oh so blue. You lied to me the day that you promised you'd be true, so true. Lies that broke my heart, dear, oh, I believe them too. But the meanest lie that you told to me was I love you. And now I go where I'm going and do what I do. I don't need your loving. I found someone new. Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna waste any more of my time. I'm finally wise to all your terrible lies. This is our last goodbye. Bye. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Good. Thank you. Another fun song, another fun time. There were lots of character moments. I wrote down a couple of things in here where you really shine. Moments where you shine. When you did Pain in My Heart. Is that a moment that you enjoy? We can kind of tell, because you're all on board for that one. On Oh So Blue, you do something on Oh So Blue. That was another moment, yes, where we saw you sarcastically, of course, and Do What I Do. Oh yeah, there was a little toot in that one. So excellent. So what we want to do is bring that that commitment, that energy, that focus that you have there to the entire song. So that it's a bunch of moments that pop, but in the context of an overarching, characterized song. Yes?
Yeah.
Excellent. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, first I want to ask you, what are you thinking about when you're singing the song? Yes?
That lying sack of you know what.
Lying sack of you know what? Yes. That's what you're thinking about? And he's gone. He's out of here. Kick him to the curb. Okay, anybody else? Are you all in agreement? Yes.
I'm kind of thinking he's gone, he's toast, I'm moving on. I am like all that.
Okay, so you're all that. So how do you feel about the fact, as your character here, how would you describe your character, first of all?
Sassy.
Sassy, very strong, very confident, knows what she wants, right? Not afraid to get rid of this lying crapper, lying faggot, whatever. It's 9 a.m., I'm trying to stay PG. This is always a problem for us.
Don't limit yourself.
No limits.
Yeah.
So, this person, we are trying to get rid of this person, so we're strong, we're energized, we're telling our story proudly, yes?
Yes.
Yeah? And are we feeling good about it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah? So it's almost like a celebration? Freedom?
Liberating.
Liberated Independence Day. Okay, so what happens on Independence Day? We have fireworks, right? We go to a party. We get together with people and we have a good time. We have a celebration. It's a time to gather all our friends around. And when we're at this gathering, we're telling them all, you want to hear my story? I kicked this dude to the curb because he was a you-know-what. Right? So can we take that approach to it? Thinking that whole story or that whole underlying emotional planning character for the entire song, not just featured moments. Okay? So what I'm going to ask you to do is start the song again with all that in mind. However, I would like you to do your own choreography plan. So I'd like you to take out just momentarily your plan. And I would like you to almost pantomime whatever it is you think the song is saying and this character is saying. Okay? Whatever comes, you can do, you could say, I love you, whatever it is that comes to mind, but I just want you to show us how you would express whatever it is you are singing at any moment in time. Okay? Here we go. Have fun. Okay. You. Love it. Right off the bat, what are you thinking right now? Show me this powerful superwoman. You have a big S on your shirt for a superwoman. You kick this person to the curb. You're showing up at this barbecue and telling all your friends, uh-oh, let me tell you this story. I would like to see the attitude and all that oozing out of you right away at the finish. Here we go.
Oh, you broke every promise that you made to me.
And then what?
And now I am just getting one to go.
Okay, just show me the story.
Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you.
Forget about
I'm
it.
tired of hearing the same old lines. Your crazy excuses are not worth a dime. I got a lump in my throat and a pain in my heart. The lies that you told me have torn us apart. Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you. You told me lies that made me happy, lies that made me blue, oh so blue. You lied to me the day that you promised you'd be true, so true. Lies that broke my heart, dear, oh, I believe them too. But the meanest lie that you told to me was I love you, and now I'll go where I'm going.
Celebrate!
Do what I do.
Freedom!
I don't need your loving. I
power than I do.
She's a judge.
I'm a visiting coach. I always have more power. So I'm sure this is nothing that you haven't been asked for before, apparently. Probably only every week. However, what was different for you in this experience?
No silly what to do.
No silly hand moves. Freeing. Freedom.
And we didn't have to keep thinking about what was next.
Move wise. You didn't have to think about which move was next. Okay, excellent.
I was telling a story.
You were telling a story.
I felt like I was really telling a story.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like to us. Did it seem like that to you?
Yes.
It was a difference than earlier? Yeah. So how many of you for the first time actually were really paying attention to every lyric and every phrase that went by? Isn't that interesting? So we spent a lot of time working on the music and on the performance aspects and learning the choreography, and we tend to separate, put into the silo. This is vocal production work, and now this is going to be choreography, and now this is going to be character. Oh yeah, let's have fun along the way. And as we continue to compartmentalize these aspects, it always will remain compartmentalized. So what we're starting to do, hopefully, is to think about it in terms of integrating everything. So what I wanted to do to strip away the choreography plan right now was to get you fully immersed in the storytelling aspect of it and experimenting with that characterization that we all agreed to. Right? That characterization came from you. And the moves and whatever you just did also came from you. So it seemed more believable, it seemed more real to you. As a result, it seemed more real to us in the audience. And you enjoyed it.
And we didn't, yes,
Apparently you enjoyed it.
yes. And it didn't lose the fact I thought it enhanced the unit approach
Absolutely.
because it was organic.
Yeah, you were all unified in telling a story consistently. One of the things that you asked for was staying in the story from beginning to end. And that's what you all did. Yay! Just make you show some joy. It is permitted. So, isn't that fun? Now, wouldn't it be awesome to do that with your choreography plan? Say yes. It's awesome. Because the choreography plan is a good plan. It's not that it's inappropriate or somehow not enhancing what this character or the story is. The challenge that we have is to make those moves make sense to us and be founded in this story and character. And it may not be the way that we would personally choose to express something physically, because you just showed us how you might express it. So what I'm going to ask you to do now is to keep what you just did. And when we do the choreography, think about how we might be able to use this as the foundation and purpose, the reason for doing the move, so that it is actually going to be more integrated. Because at the end of the day, as I like to tell everybody, choreography is not a democratic process. Right? Just like I liken the choreography plan to the sheet music. Your director or music team pick the music. You don't get to choose that. How many of you got to vote on whether you sing the song? And then an interpretive plan comes up for the song, coming from somewhere. How many of you get to vote on, I really would like to breathe here, and I would like to skip, do a little rhythmic thing here, and change the tempo here. Anybody? No, not so much. So why do we think that when it comes to choreography that it's any different? The choreography plan is being given to you just like the notes and the words. And just like you spend all this time and energy working on becoming better singers, working on better ways to make the music come to life and come off the paper, the goal is to have the choreography plan come off the paper as well. Yay! Wake up! Hooray! Hurrah! Hip, hip, hooray! Choreography's in the room. So, can we try that? Can we start a little bit of that? So, I'd like you to start the beginning of the song with the thought that you are singing directly to this person and saying, you've done all this to me, and I have something to say to you. Yes?
Yes.
With all of the character and story that you just had, and let's start doing our choreography as well. So right away, I'm wondering what you're thinking. Are we at this barbecue about to tell this person off? Let me see the body language that would go along with. Kind of like how you're feeling right now about it. I wish you'd stop talking to me. 9:30. Kind of that. Let me see a little bit more of that. Here we go.
Oh, you broke every promise that you made to me.
Awesome.
And now.
So when you do the move in, you go, oh. Why are you doing that move?
Gearing up.
Yes. So there's a very honest answer because they told me to. So that's very true. You have been asked to. That's what I was just referring to as the plan. So now I'm going to encourage you to internalize it so that the move, instead of being an external thing placed on you, they told me to do this and this or whatever the move is. Let's think now how the character might be in her superwoman cape, stepping forward and going, oh, almost like you're breaking through the saloon doors and saying, I am here. Look at the S on my shirt. So when you do this step in and then you come out, I want you to do it with that power, with that character, and then you toss it away. Does that make more sense? All right, then. Let's go. Let's go. It's like this somehow. I don't know why. Yeah.
Oh, you broke every promise that you made to me, and now.
Excellent. So go back to fantastic. That was so much more energized and connected and together. Okay? So now you're going, oh. Now the musical line goes a little bit longer than that, right? The first O is quick. It's O, and then you hold the second one out longer. So it's oh. So you have that much time to do that move. So that it will actually then enhance the music as well as the character. Because that's ideally what we want to do, right? Right now, if the musical line is going, oh, and you're doing moves of oh, it won't necessarily match. Right? So the moves are fine. The character is fine. Let's just now execute them now to match the music. So many things at the same time. We could do it. Why? Because we're sweet Adelines. And we're a little crazy that way. So here we go. Character. Match the music. Movement means something.
Oh, you broke every promise that you made to me, and now.
Excellent. Good. Did you hear a difference in that? Yeah. Fantastic. Did you feel a difference in that? Did you feel more powerful? When you inhabit every second of the music like that? You just went, oh, and then I'm going to ask you now to connect the idea of oh to the next thing, which is you. So it's like you're sidling up to this person and going, and they're over here, by the way, so you're just kind of taking a free step to knock them over. So you're going, oh, you done. Because right now you're going, oh, you done. Right? So the O is actually connected. It's kind of like an exclamation point, but at the beginning of the sentence. It's a pre-exclamation. I don't know that.
Like in Spanish.
See.
I really like the idea of bursting through the door, as if you're just saying, you know what? I just had one of these moments, and I'm telling you right now, I'm done. I love that image of bursting through the door. Like
So connected to the music, connected to the bursting, and connected to the person you're talking to. So it's, oh, you. Even if you take a breath there, I don't want to know that that's interrupting the story, because if this is real life, because we do this every day, bursting through the saloon door. But if this was real life, you wouldn't go, oh, you. You'd go, oh, you. See how I kept over that breath? Now, are you breathing there? I don't know that you are. I'm just saying, incidentally, if there were happened to be. It's crazy talk. Okay. So let's just forget about what I said, other than the fact that I would like you to continue the thought and the energy and the story to this. Here we go.
Oh, you broke every promise that you made to me, and now I am just getting one to those lies.
Excellent, excellent. So much better, right? So, that was fantastic when you went, oh, you broke every promise that you gave to me, but then you did something like this, and then we had a bit of a like, so anyway, what happened there yesterday? Yeah, okay, and then back to it again. You have a deliberate plan where you're going to not only breathe, but it's sort of a pregnant pause, and it's meant to be punctuation. It's meant to be a moment of, and then let me tell you more. So that's a critical place to do what I was just talking about, of keeping the energy and the story coming over that line, even if you're breathing. We don't want you to check out. Any moment that you check out up there, we're going to check out here. Yes? Just like when I had you just do your own thing, you were in it the entire time. There were no gaps. So this is what I'm talking about. I want you to be just like you did with that freedom, because you have the permission to do that. It's not connected in the context of this plan.
Making sense?
Okay, here we go. You're doing great. Burst through that door with energy and a little more joy. Right now we're doing a whoa! And I would like it to be more like, here I am. Look at this S on my chest. It's upward, it's buoyant. Yes, connected.
You broke every promise that you made to
Now
me.
continue with this thought.
Now
Yes.
I am just getting one.
Keep it going.
Those lies.
Excellent. Now, great. You were fantastic. Well done. Thank you for keeping the energy. And then you said getting wise. To wise? Does it make sense to point to your head? Yes. Even if you hate doing it. It makes sense. Again, it's not a democracy. So I encourage you to embrace these moves. Learn to love the moves. Because I don't enjoy listening to the baritone line, but I know it's necessary. So I embrace it lovingly. Sorry, baritones. I'm only jealous that I can't sing it myself. That's the truth. So we embrace it lovingly. Yes? You might love doing this move. You might hate doing this move. I don't want to know about it. Right? Just getting wise. What's the most important part of this move, by the way? The vacuum. Just getting wise to whatever, because I am amazing. And you are going to suck it. You're going to wish you could still have this. Yes? That's basically what you're saying here. So, let us see more of that. The power, the strength you have. The power doesn't need to be from a tension-filled, stressful kind of way. It could be more like, look what you're missing out on. Yeah, she got it. We got a little evil up there. I like it. All right, let's channel a little more of that. Here we go. Already, you have this thought in your mind of, I can't wait to release you. Attach to the music. Here we go.
Broke every promise that you made to me.
And then what? Stay involved.
Now
You're excited about it.
I am just getting one.
Stay engaged.
To those lies. Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you.
Excellent. Good, good, good. We got some applause there. Let's stop and relish that voice. us what was different for you, because we want you to be aware of it so you can replicate it and do that more often instead of having to be asked for it from out here. So what was different?
Just putting more of that attitude into the whole thing.
Excellent.
Carrying it through every moment.
Yes, you did that. It was fantastic. And was it hard? For some of us, it was a little more challenging. It takes a little more thought. It takes a little more effort. It takes a little more intention. Instead of just getting up there and just randomly going through the motions and trying to do whatever is being asked of you, you're actually intentionally focused on doing something. What a fantastic thing. And it could actually be a little more fun. I find it more fun, but like I said, I'm a little nuts, so that's good. I like working hard, and I like working in a focused, intentional fashion. Because then I feel like we're getting somewhere. And it's more unified, because we're all doing it together. Yes?
Well, there's more energy that I can feel coming from the heart.
Yes, there's absolutely more energy coming from the chorus. Fantastic. And are you enjoying this?
I am very much, I'm doing less.
How
I'm
interesting.
doing less and I'm able to do my own moves to it. I'm able to put my own, my S has been on there for a long time.
Yes, it has. As for most directors, it has been there for a long, long time. Well, how wonderful is this? It's turning into a win-win scenario here, yes? So, one more thing I want to throw into the mix, because we're not obviously going to have enough time to go through the entire song. We're talking about concepts that we would like you to continue to put into the rest of the song, to every song. And we will continue to work a bit more of this, but I just also now want to draw your attention to, when we talk about integrating, so we talked about integrating character, we talked about integrating yourself and your interpretation and your putting more of you behind these moves and attaching them to the character. Now I want to make sure that we're taking care of our instruments at the same time. Yes? So when you're executing these moves, what's your first move? We go in, and then we go out, and we're stretching that to match the music. And then we do this, and then what happens next? What's this?
Because you're just like doing
This, and then what happens? Then there's a move that comes up here. And are we shifting our weight for that? Are we leaning? I'm seeing some people lean, I'm seeing some people not lean. So what is the actual move in the plan? You're leaning, okay? And then you're putting your finger still in the leaning position, and then you're bringing your finger here, or are you returning weight to an equal balance? See, these are details you need to be aware of.
You go back.
Overall,
You go back.
you go back,
Yeah.
okay? So, and then we go from here to what? What's the last thing, this?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a series of movements, and we're going to look at just the moves. We're going to look at how we sing, how we execute these, just the way we might think about how we might execute sing an O vowel or an ah vowel and pay attention to what's happening. Now I'm going to ask you to do the same thing, pay attention to what's happening in your body for these plant moves. Okay? So we want to make sure that we maintain the integrity of our instrument as much as possible at all times. Right? Because this is going to, anything we do is going to affect the sound and also the visual. So the first move we're talking about with character, you're moving this way and moving this way. So make sure that when we do this, we're not leaning at the waist, because this compromises the sound. You can hear what's happening as I'm collapsing my rib cage here. So we want the moves to start from here. So we're going this way, and then we're going this way, and even when we do this move, it's coming from here as opposed to here. It's not, that move is not about the hands, it's about the full body. Does that make sense to you? Just like this next move is about the full body. Notice how I'm not leaning over here. Again, it's coming from here, I'm maintaining this, and the movement to the side is coming from here, and the hand is coming from here. And then when I go back here, it's the same thing that's coming from here. And then when I do the spread move, same thing that's coming from here. Yeah, different than this or this. Got it? So can we just talk the moves, doing it with that attention at the tempo that they're intended to be? Okay, so can we just talk, whatever.
Yeah.
Speak it, okay? And follow her direction and pay attention to your body as you're doing this.
Oh, you broke every promise
move, just do this. Okay, excellent. Pay attention to what's happening, where it is in your body. Okay, so now stop, please. Now I want you to do this move, and I want you to initiate the move from your fingertips. Does that feel different? Yeah? Okay, now I want you to initiate the move from your elbow. Does that feel different? Yes. Okay, now I want to let you to initiate the move from your shoulder. Does that feel different? Okay, and now I want you to imagine that this is your power center, and the move is going to actually start from here. Okay, so here we go, starting from here. So what's happening? Your whole body's involved, and the move is initiated from here. I would like you to now go back to doing it from your elbow. You see how less unified that is? So here, when we talk about having this connection and having it all initiated from here, we're talking about every single move. It's not about the appendage, it's about the whole body. We want to sing and perform with the entire body. So if the move is this, it's starting from here, even if it's slow. If it's this, it's starting from here. Go ahead and do this just with your arms. You broke, you broke, you broke. Whatever the move is, it's this. Okay, sorry, it's this. Now I would like you to do that move from here. Difference? Now I'm not talking about bouncing. I'm just talking about thinking about it being initiated from here. Here we go. Stronger? Do you feel stronger? Now do it just with your fingers. Now from here again. Excellent. Now go to the next move, which is going to be a shift over to here to Y's. Okay? I'd like you to come back. I'd like you to bend at the waist to get there. Here we go. How does that feel? Wrong. Let's go from here. We want to feel right. Here we go. Now make sure that when you get over here, we don't go too far, because that's also starting to get into that leaning phase. It's all coming from here. Yes? Now we're going to return from here and do the Y's move. Here we go. Whoop. Excellent. And now do the final move, the spread with the hands coming from here the entire time. Yes. Does that feel different? That's taking care of your instrument. So now let's sing it, taking care of your instrument. Here we go. Start right from here. You're going to go, oh, you. Blah.
Push through the door with the hips.
Okay, oh, there's a move here, so I'd like you to go, oh. Remember, it's slower. If she's going to hold out that O for 100 beats, I need you to take up 100 beats. She's not going to, but you're done before she is. Okay, here we go.
Oh, you broke every promise that you made to me.
Excellent. Now, here's the thing. You did a fantastic job of filling the space and doing all this bursting through the door from here. Oh, and then as you stood up, you disconnected. See how my upper body came up a little bit? And the move came about the arms again. Okay, so what I'd like you to do this time is, oh, and as you come up, remember it's coming from here, you broke. So it's not a broke. It's you broke every promise you made to me. You broke every promise. Hear what happened to my voice? You broke every promise that you made to me, and I'm getting wise. You broke every promise, and I'm getting wise. Difference? All right, here we go. Stay connected. excited about that. Integration. Character. Harken back to what we just did. Telling the story. Consistently. All taking care of your instrument. Ready? I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. I have a bass, by the way. I'm vocalizing up here all weekend long. Must be something about the air here. Ready? You're already taking care of your instrument and making the story. First to that door.
Oh, you broke every promise that you made to me, and now
Stay connected.
I am just getting
Tell me the story. Nice. Keep going.
Don't tell me the same things over again.
Excellent, excellent. How did that feel? More powerful? Do you feel like you still have more character that you could put into it?
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah. However, there was more here, and it was more unified than it was when we started today.
Yeah.
More consistently, and you were taking better care of your instrument. Yay! So now, when you come out of that, it was a nice solid sound, it was more unified, and then you went, don't tell me the same things over again. Why? Habits. So can we go from here? And I would like you to think about this being a smooth line. What's your choreography move? Don't tell me the same thing over again. And is there any planned move for a while? No. This is the key point where we need to stay engaged. This is where I, as a showmanship judge, would write the in-between moments. Meaning when you don't have a plan, we check out. Right? So we need you here the entire time. If you check out, what happens in the audience? Right. You want them to check out? No. Okay, so here we go. No early checkouts. We will late checkout. Starting from here. Stay engaged, take care of your body. That includes this toss. You could toss upwards and disconnect, or you could toss from here. Which would you choose? Choose wisely.
One more time. Sorry. That's all right.
I'll talk through her pitch. Blah, blah, blah. There you go, that helps.
Don't tell me the same things.
I'm in the wrong spot.
Yes.
Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you. I'm tired of hearing the same old line. Your crazy excuses are not worth a dime. I've got a
Excellent, good. So, when you go, don't tell me the same things over again, and then you do this, and then you do that, I'm not believing you. It's looking like a move. So, I would like you to inhabit this character of being, don't tell me, you know what, I'm so bored with you, I'm just going to tell you this while I'm filing my nails. I'm not even going to give you the decency to look you in the face right now, because, I need to manicure. That's what you're doing right there, right? So let me see that from you, not because you were asked to file your nails, because that's what you're compelled to do in the moment in this characterization. Okay, here we go. Do it awesome.
Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you.
You're bored.
I'm tired of hearing the same old
Yeah.
line. Your crazy excuses are not worth a dime. I've got a
Awesome.
lump in my
Excellent.
throat.
Excellent. Does that feel different? Please tell me.
Yes.
Please tell me that you feel more powerful, more empowered as a performer. Why not do that all the time? Would you give them the okay? She's not
No, I'd say that that's what we have been trying to work on is staying in that character and being that, have that person out in front of you and make me believe you're bored.
Well, there you go.
And you know what? Sometimes we think that we're putting more into it and we don't realize we're not, so it's bringing more out of us.
Yeah, there's always going to be more. I would say err on the side of more. until somebody comes up to you and says, you might want to tone it down. Right? And if you're feeling like you're giving as much as you can, think about other things to take care of. Think about the musical line. Think about taking care of your instrument. All these things we're talking about it and integrating it. When you all do that, then it's more unified. When you're all in it the entire time, then it's more unified. Right? The second a single one of you checks out or does something that's not 100% in, it disrupts the overall visual, as well as the overall musical. Every single one of us up there is critically important to the sound and the visual product that we create. There is no hiding on the risers. Yay!
Not in Sweet Adelines.
Not in Sweet Adelines, absolutely not. So if you think, at any time that it maybe doesn't matter if, I'm tired today, I'm not going to give it my all, I hate this move, so I'll catch you on the next one that I like. You sense that, and more importantly, you sense that. Somebody commented up there about feeling the energy up there, right? So, and your director's out there going, so you just brilliantly did the plan, which was the board execution. Right? Executing it in a board fashion. Brilliantly. You have her bend over and everything. So what I'd like you to do is think, my goal from now on is to get Barb to bend over. In a good way. Right? So think like, how bored can I possibly be? How bored? Let's have a little game between you and the director to see how much you can engage her in that way.
How low can she go?
How low can you go? So, you're going to do this board thing, and then you come out of it and you're like, get out of here. Right? That's what the moves mean. Connect it to the story. Let's start again. Let's make her bend over. This is just getting weird. I know. Welcome to coaching. Pretty much standard.
Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you. I'm tired of hearing the same old line.
Get out of
Crazy
here.
excuses are not worth the time. I got a lump in my throat and a pain in my heart. The lies that you told me have torn us apart. Don't tell me the same
Excellent,
things over
excellent.
again.
Yes.
Well done. I have no idea. I'm so sorry. Okay, so, excellent. We got the bend over. That was great. That was great. And then the next thing was this. Are you a genie? What's happening here? Why are we doing this?
Turning our back on him.
Turning your back on him. With what? Attitude. Right? So we've just gone through a board to get out of here. Right? To, I'm going to show you. It's almost sarcastic.
Yes.
Right? You really don't have this effect on me. But I'm gonna act up here like pain in my what? Heart. Right? So it's kind of sarcastic, and then you go back to being annoyed, like, get out of here. Right? So we need to be a little like Sybil. Multiple personalities coming through. Right? So we need to be like, oh, get out of here. So the beginning is celebration, superwoman. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what's happening. Get out of here. I'm so bored. That's pretty much the underlying message of this section. So I'd like every move to have that body language and character behind it. And then she will bend over. It's a deal. All right, so can we start from here, please? Right, it's a win-win. I just can't wait to see that on the stage. All right, here we go.
Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you. I'm tired of hearing the same old lie. Your crazy excuses are not what they've done. I'm gonna hold the rest, a pain in my heart. The lies that you told me have torn us apart. Tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you.
Excellent, excellent. Now can we go back to taking care of our, yes. Let's go back to taking care of our instruments. Same section. Think about how you're using your body here. Lump in my throat, collapse, collapse, collapse. Lump in my throat, open, from here. Lump in my throat, pain it, whatever those moves are, all from here. This move starts from here. It's not just, right? It's this move that comes from here. And then you toss it away, and whatever else you're doing is coming from here. Yes? Here we go. So much more.
Don't tell me the same
From
things
here.
over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you.
From here.
I'm tired of hearing the same
From
old lie.
here.
Your crazy excuses are not worth a
From
dime.
here.
I've got a lump in my throat
From here.
and a pain in my
From
heart.
here.
The lies that you told me have torn us
From
apart.
here.
Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you.
Excellent. Did you hear the difference?
Yes.
What did you hear out here, by the way? Hello? What are we hearing out here? Yes. A lot less white space, is that what you said? Okay, excellent. Yes, did you hear that? A lot less white space. Consistence of everything, pretty much. Consistency of everything. Sound, energy, more seamless. Did you feel that difference? The prior time it was kind of like da 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 da, right? With the energy and the character which we asked for. Now we wanted you to take care of the instruments, so the sound is also improved, and you still kept some of that character, but we could do even more, which we're going to do in just a minute. Yes.
When they were going from the core, also the breaths were incorporated in the characters, so they didn't like get that dip maybe to me.
Awesome. Did you know you were doing that? Pat yourself on the back. Yes.
It's so much more powerful and solid and just is supported. And I had no worries as an audience member. I just loved it.
Awesome. Did you hear that?
That's,
You're welcome. Anybody else want to share something? Yes.
Along with fewer white spaces, the unity was there and you could actually understand what they were saying.
Awesome. So the unity was there and they could actually understand what you were singing. Yay. You finally got a reaction. Would you like to come up here and coach for a while? Finally got a reaction. Just teasing. Anybody else want to say anything?
those damn lyrics.
So what do you think? Good? You like this? So do you want to move to the other song or continue working this?
Let's, as long as you're feeling everything, truly feeling this, because if you don't, you can't repeat it. So, yeah, I mean.
I'm happy to spend like 10 more minutes on this if you want.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Let's continue this, because this is a concept that we really.
I mean, the same thing will be transposed into the ballad, right? Taking care of the instrument and character and story. However, there's a lot more movement, and there's a lot more opportunity in an uptune to have things disrupt, right? So that's why I'm happy to spend a bit more time on this.
Yeah.
Okay, so, will you tell us what you're getting out of this, so we know
I love this, everything from the core.
everything from the core?
I'm thinking right now, but.
Of course.
I think it's gonna incorporate and it's helping just the airflow.
Yes.
I just really feel like it's coming easier, and it's because I'm not kinking that hose and like.
Yeah, we're not doing anything to get in the way.
Kinking that hose and that's, what a great thought, to connect it all.
Yeah, awesome. Yes,
The song is more fun.
the song is more fun, excellent.
Definitely like the ballad better.
You what?
We like the
You
ballad.
like the ballad better.
But this makes this more fun and easier.
Excellent, more fun and easier,
I
yes.
think the characterization, the attitude you want us to have, superwoman, rather than poor me,
Right,
oh, I've been jilted again, that kind of thing.
yeah, it's more powerful to have the superwoman type of characterization, yes.
Just what you said about accepting the moves, like you accept the lyrics.
Yeah.
And, you know, working your character in.
Yes, and bringing it from
Instead
inside.
of what's the next move, it's like.
Awesome, attaching it to the character.
Good and.
Love it. Yes.
I actually, for the first time, trying to understand what some of the moves are, because some of them, they're just a move, but now it makes more sense.
Yay! So she said that she first thought, for the first time, is understanding what the moves mean, why they're there. That's excellent, yes.
I feel more liberated.
Feel more liberated, awesome.
Stronger.
You feel stronger?
I feel I am.
Here's the roar, okay, yes.
I feel as if this morning, we, instead of forcing the emotion onto the provided choreography or visual plan, we are allowing that visual plan to follow on to the emotion that you had us give before. I think we were trying to cram in that thought into those moves, and so we were not being real or authentic about
So yeah, I mean, the fact that you're bringing yourselves to the party now is a huge part of this, right? We're not just going through the motions of singing the notes and saying the words and doing the moves. We're actually thinking about connecting it to a story that we're communicating, which then makes it more believable, sincere, authentic, blah, 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 blah. Yes?
Without thinking about it specifically, it improves our vocal.
Without thinking about it specifically, thinking about what?
Vocal production.
Oh, vocal production. Sorry, I'm a little slow on the uptake. It improves your vocal production, absolutely. Taking care of your instrument always will. Absolutely, yes.
Honestly, I've always felt that the choreo moves are somewhat of a hindrance to my own self-expression.
Uh-huh.
And so when we did what we did at first this morning, I thought, well, if we're getting more out of it without doing the choreo, then why do it at all?
Right.
But I'm now coming around to
Awesome. Well,
It's choreography.
you know, that's a huge thing because, like with anything in life, if we are shut down and not open and willing to just even open to the idea, then it's always going to stay sort of like an external thing. Like I say, a chore, the chore of choreo. I say take the chore out of the choreo. I'm here all morning. Right? So go ahead and take the chore out of it. Be open to it. Experiment with it. Play with it. Why wouldn't you? We give up time, energy, we spend money to do this. So why wouldn't we want to actually enjoy it and get the most out of it like this? Instead of just, I have to do this silly move again. Why isn't it? I get to do this move because my character's saying, I'm done with you. How much more fun is that? Thank you for that. That's wonderful. Yes?
I just find that my facial expressions express what I'm feeling much more now that I understand the
The choreography,
Yeah,
yes,
choreography,
yes.
yeah.
Awesome, fantastic. Because every move starts with the face. It comes from here for your body, but it starts from here and here, coming through the eyes. Yes.
I don't want to check out.
Excellent. I don't want you to check out about it.
I want to stay with that character. I want to, this is integrating it so that I don't want to.
I want you to know that I've never asked this to happen before, so there's something about you that brought it up. Have you been over that? Okay, come back. Come back to the job. So, can we continue now? We just finished here. So you tell me what the next part of the story is. Tell me what are the words?
Lies that make me happy, lies that make
Okay,
me
so you're saying, you're basically giving the attitude of just saying, finally, this is the final goodbye. Right? You've been saying, the beginning is, oh, I'm lies that did this, lies that did that. And this, you made your own bed. That's basically this is the explanation part of why you've made this decision. And you found someone else. So there should be different elements here, right? You made me happy, you made me sad, you made me crazy. I got somebody else. Woo! So it's not, you made me happy, you made me sad, I have someone else. Right?
Right.
Yes.
There's a little joke there one week ago. I found someone new, and so it's ambiguous. Is it a boyfriend or is it me? I found myself. I can.
Let's think more power of, I found me. Here I am.
That was somebody else.
That's the plan. It's crazy when it actually makes sense, isn't it? So can we go from this next section, you tell lies, blah, blah, blah. So now you're telling the story. You made your bed, lie in it. Can you get in here?
Yeah.
Okay. You're here, apparently. You're holding your hand. You're holding this outside.
All right, let's do it from there. That's from where? From here? Don't tell me the same because I'm not.
From here then.
All right, still attitude. You're saying goodbye. See ya. Sayonara.
Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you. You told me lies that made me happy, lies that made me blue, oh so blue.
Excellent. So, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Can we now make this more sarcastic, like we did at the earlier blue, those moments when you do happy and when you do blue. So those moments really pop. And then can we transition? This is now a different part of the song. It's also a different part of the story. So we go from attitude and then it changes to, you told me lies that made me happy, lies that made me blue, boo-hoo. Right? It needs to kind of transition from this to you told me. So I want to see that reset in your eyes on you. Here we go.
Don't tell me the same.
Take care of your body.
Again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait
Reset
for
the
you.
eyes.
You told me lies that made me happy, lies that made me blue, oh so blue. You lied to me the day that you promised you'd be true, so true.
Excellent, excellent. Can we go back to what we did the first time where you were doing your own choreo in the section? Here we go. You told me lies, or from here. Tell me the story in your own way.
Don't tell me the same
Oh,
things
let's go
over again.
back.
I played the wrong key.
All right, go on.
Thank you, Pitch Piper.
Don't tell me the same things over
Tell me the
again.
story.
I'm not gonna wait for you. You told me lies that made me happy, lies that made me blue, oh so blue. You lied to me the day that you promised you'd be true, so true. Lies that broke my heart, dear, oh I believe them too. The meanest lie that you told to me was I love you.
Excellent. Good. So I would like you to find a partner real quick. Just turn to find somebody in the risers. Really quick. Who need a partner? Who's missing a partner? There you go.
Sue, Linda. Two or three, some if you have to.
Is everybody good now? All right, excellent. I would like you to talk this out to each other and really act it out. So I want it to be, you told me lies that made me happy, lies that made me blue, and da-da-da-da, whatever it is, I want you to talk it to the person. Really talk it, really animatedly. Here we go. Pardon? Both together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Lies, lies that made me happy, lies, lies that made me blue, so blue. Lies, lies that made me happy, you be true, so
to a, like, I can, you know, what's the word? A different attitude.
Yeah, you're telling them the reason, all these different things that we just saw there, we saw different elements of this. It wasn't one shade of something, it was a whole bunch of different shades of you telling the story. Did that feel different? Yeah? So I want you to do, now face out here, and sing it with what you just did. Here we go.
No choreo?
I would like you just to do what you just did. Sing it. We're going to sing it this time together.
Let's start with the don't tell me, because we have a few.
Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you. You told me lies that made me happy, lies that made me blue, oh so blue. You lied to me the day that you promised you'd be true, so true. Lies that broke my heart, dear, oh I believe them too. But the meanest lie that you told to me was I love you.
Excellent. Do that again with the choreo. Here we go. Quickly, let's go. Let's do it. I want you to remember what you just did and do the choreo with all that behind it. Here we go.
Don't tell me the same things over again, 'cause I'm not gonna wait for you. You told me lies that made me happy.
Yes.
Lies that made me blue.
Yes.
You
Keep
lied
going.
to me the day that you promised you'd be true.
What
so
else?
true.
What other lies?
Lies that broke my heart, dear. Oh, I believe them too.
Excellent. Keep going.
The meanest lie that you told to me was I love you. And
Excellent. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What was different? What was different?
The energy was easier to put in. We always flag there, but that time it was like, oh, here we go. You know, it was, oh, so much easier.
Someone had permission.
You had permission. Okay, so. Keep breathing. You have permission. You always have permission from here. And I think you always have permission from your riser mates. But ultimately, it's like what we did in the class. We need to give ourselves permission. We're the ones holding ourselves back. We're the ones making the choices. No one out here is holding you back. No one up there is holding you back. Yes.
I felt freer to do more because I was confident that the people around me were doing more.
Excellent. Exactly. So, that was successful. Right? Let's take all that on board. We're going to move to the ballot. I would like you to please remember that you totally have the ability to do this. Why do I know that? Because you just did. That's what your potential is. Now we have the choice, when we get on the risers, at every single rehearsal, to put that in so that we can then work the music with that, instead of working separate, compartmentalized sections. Yes? So takeaways, character, always in, bringing yourself and making the moves make sense to you, and taking care of your instrument. No big deal. Making her bend over. Yes? Deal? Okay, move on to ballot? Yes. Awesome. Excellent. Okay, shifting.
Now you found the one.
used that. I've been waiting for an opportunity. Oh, you can be more consistent, right? Because we have moments where we're checking in and out, or we're thinking about something else, or it can be repetitive in nature. We're saying because of you, 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 and because of you. So we want to make sure that each time we say it, it has a purpose, it has a meaning, it has something that's more personal to you, so that it can then have more variety of fear. The song kind of reminds me of, are you familiar with the song For Good from Wicked?
Yes.
Right? When we're talking about, somebody changed their life, made all this huge impact, this monumental impact on you, and has made your life better. And that's what I'm hearing is sort of the underlying idea for this song as a message. Yeah? So if that helps you to relate to that, think about that as a message. Okay? She's wise. Bye.
Amy, take your clipboards, they're over there on that little podium, right back there.
Okay, so it's that whole idea of being grateful, right? So if you just take a moment for yourselves and think about it, we don't need to share this publicly, but I'd like you to think about something, someone, whatever was just described here by Barb, that had that impact on you. So that it's fresh for you, that's there, it's accessible. Okay? And you're thinking about it in a way that is appreciative and acknowledging this huge impact on you. And it's a joyful thing. Yes? It's a happy thing. It's something that we're grateful for. There's so much gratitude that we are just bursting at the seams to tell this person or this thing that you are grateful for this gift. Okay, so let's start the song with all that on board. Excellent. So we started like this. She gave you the, and you all went. And the pitch when you went, So what happened in that second, the transition from the, what happened there? Tell me what happened there. You're thinking about what? The pitch. Right? So the idea here is I want you to still think about the pitch and think about the singing aspect of it, but we want to know the story. Right? You're singing the song and you're singing the pitch and you're doing all these things to communicate a story. Not just sing a bunch of random notes and words. Right? So let's integrate that right now. The pitch should reflect the first idea of the song, which is what? Gratitude. So let's take the pitch with grateful faces. And then start the song with grateful faces. Here we go. Okay, so some of us are very serious, and I appreciate that what we're doing is talking about something of huge magnitude, that this is a life-changing thing. If we spent the entire song, which is what, 2.5 minutes-ish, with just this intensity, it would get too much for the audience, right? So we have to take us on a journey. So let's not hit us with the biggest, most intense thing right at the start, okay? So there's different degrees of gratitude. So if I walked up to you right now and said, I'm going to offer you an ice cream, and I'm going to offer you a cup of coffee, and I'm going to offer you a break in about 40 minutes. So that's what I want you to be thinking right now. This is not a life-changing moment. This is is something that is making you happy and joyful, but it's not like a, oh, thank you moment right at the start. Let's save that for later. Okay? So the pitch goes and Barb's offering you an ice cream or a coffee or whatever it is that will make you happy right in this moment. Ice cream? Excellent. Here we go. The pitch blows and you're cued to think ice cream. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Keep that ice cream going.
All my days were lonely ones till you came along.
Excellent. Better? Different? How was that for you?
So easy.
So easy. Excellent. How was that for you?
Exactly that.
The pitch stayed up. I mean, we usually start losing it like by.
This is why. Listen to this. The facial, you know this, the facial posture drops. So yet another reason to keep this up, right? And you might as well keep it up attached to a story instead of just, all my days are lonely, because then that's just a little creepy. Right? So if you're actually wanting this person to listen to you because you have something important to tell them, you don't want to scare them away. Right? So, all we're thinking about right now, because you're saying the line, all my days were lonely since you, what were those?
All my days were lonely ones till you came.
All my days were lonely once till you came along. Because the word lonely is in there, we might be inclined to think that we have to look lonely. But if you were to actually say this to somebody, what part of that sentence would influence your delivery? And so what's the emotional underlying part of that, at that part? Go ahead and turn to the person next to you. And the same person that you spoke to earlier, we're still there. We're still here. I'd like you to turn to them, and I'd like you just to say, with sincerity, all my days were lonely until you came along. Okay, here we go. Excellent. Now say it with sincerity and gratitude. It's the ice cream moment. Here we go. Gratitude, sincerity, ice cream. Say it to each other.
All my days were lonely ones till you came along.
Excellent. Now sing it that way. Here we go. Okay, I want to see the gratitude for the ice cream right now on your faces. Thank you.
All my days were lonely ones till you came along.
Yes, that's awesome.
Now my days are happy ones. You filled my life with song.
Excellent. What a difference. Songs like you saw and heard. Yes. More in tune. Excellent. What else? So genuine. What else? Genuine, you almost believe it. She's a harsh one. Harsh Sharon.
There was a buoyancy in the sound.
Buoyancy in the sound. And a joy, yes. Anybody else? What was it like for you? What was different for you? It was easier. And we want to pay attention to these things so we can recreate this, yes, for ourselves in the rising. So when I'm asking you these questions, I really want you to think about it. Yes.
More energy just among.
More energy amongst yourselves. Wonderful, yes.
More connected.
More smoother, yes. More connected, yes.
Yeah, I like the ice cream idea because
Who doesn't like ice cream? Let's
but I think I tend to think of it as so huge, I appreciate you so much, and I see how that would drag the sound down.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Did you want to say something as well? No? Are you sure?
I was thinking a different way when I was walking my husband, and it's like I was starting out sad, that with the ice cream and being happy.
Yeah.
And being happy thoughts.
We can go down different paths with this for sure. and the idea is, I think that we want to keep it more joyful and grateful and uplifted as opposed to a self-reflective feeling of, loss or sadness or, I wish I had this. You do have this. Yeah, so, absolutely. And having that, the biggest intense part of that be later in the song so we can take us on a journey. Right? Because you're saying, because of you, this happened. Because of you, that happened. Because of you, this happened. Right? And every single time we explain whatever happens, we're using poetic language. There's a song in my heart. Is there literally, like, if you open your heart, oh look, there's a vowel and a song. Right? So it's descriptive language to describe how you feel. So how would you feel with song in my heart? What does that image bring up for you? What does that mean to you? Sorry?
Happy.
Happy. Be a little more specific. Happy.
Warm.
I can't hear you, sorry.
Warm.
Warm. Okay, excellent.
Light and carefree.
Light and carefree. Excellent.
Joy.
Joy. Wonderful. And light and carefree, joyful, more buoyant, uplifted spirit. Yes? So let's start again with all that on board. Because let's start because of you. There's a song in my heart. And what's the next line after that?
Because of you, my romance had its start.
Because of you, my romance had to start. So what was my romance had to start? What does that mean to you?
Never felt it before.
You never felt it before. So show me with your bodies and your faces right now the music in my heart, the song in my heart. Show me. Okay, excellent. Now show me with your faces and your bodies my romance had its start. It's slightly different. Still uplifted, still joyful. Yes? What's the next line after that? Because of you the sun will shine. Now show me the sun shining. Show me you standing in the sunshine. Excellent. And then what's the next one? The moon and what? Moon and stars are what I do.
We'll say your mind.
We'll say your mind. Okay, so I want you to imagine that you're going outside. And the scene that's unfolding is you step out into the sunlight, and then even at night when the stars are out, you're still feeling this way. You're still feeling safe. You're still feeling love. You're still feeling joyful. Yes? So let's start it because of you. I want to see and hear all of that from you. Already you're thinking, because of you, there's a song in my heart.
Because of you, there's a song in my heart.
Okay, we know where we are now. We know where we are now. And remember, we're going to There's a Song in My Heart. So this is what I'm seeing right now. Because of you, there's a song in my heart. Because of you, something else happened. And just like when we turned into each other, we wouldn't speak that way in everyday life. We'd go, because of you, there's a song in my heart. Because of you, my romance started. Because of you, there's a sun and there's stars. Because of you, sun. Because of you. That's not authentic, believable, real, or make any sense. Yes? Okay, here we go.
Because of you, there's a song in my heart.
Is that hard to start there?
It shouldn't be. It should not be.
It is what?
We're not all quite sure what we're singing, so do we need to back up a little bit to get there? I just want to make sure that they're not thinking of worried about that.
All right, let's just go to the beginning and
Okay?
do that.
So, ice cream, you're talking about yourself right now, saying all these, all my days were lonely till you came along, and now this is wonderful, 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 and then that person appears in front of you, and you say lovingly, because of you, there's the song. So we have different focus for those two sections. Yes? Here we go. Ice cream. With more ice cream, I want you to think about chocolate ice cream. Thanks, Christy. Anybody else? Yes, back there. Sorry. More engaging.
I didn't want to use my cell phone now.
You didn't want to use your cell phone. Awesome.
Can you tell the difference between the first because of you and me as it grew? I felt warmer and more excited about it, and the stories were so smooth as it rolled along.
Wonderful. She felt the difference between each because of you. I mean, you're saying a bunch of different, if it was just one thought and one emotion, you would just say one time. Because of you, you changed my life. Thank you. I need to go now and get some more ice cream. Right? But for whatever reason, you're saying this over and over again in different ways. You're showing different parts of yourself, right? Different elements of you and how it's impacted you. And so that was translated out there. So that's fantastic.
All the way in.
It's the same thing, it was the warmth, not only in the visual, but the sound, was just, it warmed my heart.
Aww.
And she cries real easily.
Oh, we got a crier, yes.
The first time that they sang all of the items that they're thankful for felt disconnected to one another. Now, what I heard just then was like, I feel like you're building a case. For the program, that I'm anticipating what you're going to tell me next.
Interesting. Excellent. Building a case. Awesome. She's bending over.
I felt the same, that it was, first of all, emotionally believable, but it was culminating, and I couldn't wait to see where you were going.
Wonderful. Did you all hear that? She couldn't wait to see where you're going. Yes, Peter.
So, in previous times, I've been taken with my frame into, well, this is a really hard song. Boy, they're really tough intervals. And this last time, I didn't think anything of that. It just made it sound easy.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. So, this is not to say that there isn't other work to be attended to. I'm just saying, like, this is improving many aspects of it, and it is more engaging and compelling. There are still different elements to contend with musically, visually, right? However, this, I would encourage you to have this as a starting point so that you can rehearse this way and then continue to layer in, just like we did with the up to. Layer in those other elements instead of compartmentalizing. Now we're going to work on tuning, and then we're going to work on, now smile, and then, it all is interrelated, all one impacts the other. Yeah? Okay. Anybody else have anything else to say? Yes. Oh, let's, what do you got to say?
Such that it felt like instead of having their shoes nailed to the floor, they were actually rising above them.
Excellent. So she didn't feel like your shoes were nailed to the floor, and you were rising above that. Wonderful. So what I'm going to ask you to do now is I'm going to ask you to do exactly what you just did. And how much time do we have? Oh, excellent. So what I'd like you to do is stand on one foot, if you could. If you need to put your toe down just to sort of keep your balance, but I don't want you to put weight on it. I want you to have your weight and your balance, your center of gravity on this one leg. Okay? Now, could you have me sing? Oh, sorry. We're going to sing like this. Pitch, ice cream.
With song.
Yep, anything else? Sorry? Socks were more supported, absolutely. There was more of a consistency to the tone. It was more unified, and it was fuller. Yes?
My high school director used to make us do that to tune us up. And it always worked, and I don't know if it's because we focused differently, or it was the core, I have no idea, but that was always a trick when we were flat, and say, stand on one foot, and it went like that. It was amazing. I don't know what it is, but is it the core?
Yeah, it's holding your, so, when I'm talking about alignment, the way I look at it is I divide the body into 3 different areas. Okay, so I'm talking about up here, making sure all this is taken care of, and facial posture is part of that, right? So from up, back up. And then this area here, right? We want to make sure that this is open at all times, back, not, it's free, it's energized, it's open. And then we want to make sure this lower body is taken care of, right? Right? So in talking about last weekend, we had this, wonderful experience at the Director's Visual Leaders Workshop. We had this woman there who knew all the anatomical elements behind all the reasons, all the why. And I can't even begin to tell you what it was because, quite frankly, I don't know it all. So what I took away from that was that we always want to be in a neutral position, our body neutral. And a way that I've been teaching for a while of having to find our own neutral, because we always talk about bend your knees and all these things, right? And I don't know how much do I have to do, because my body's different than yours and your body's different than hers. So I always found that standing on one leg, when I have to hold myself up and engage all these muscles, and I have a lower center of gravity, that helps me discover what my neutral is. And then the idea is to replicate that once you, feel this and really pay attention to what's happening. Because you'll notice that my knees are bent, right? I'm balanced here, I'm not forward on my toes, I'm not back on my heels, I'm straight over, right? Once I replicate that and move this over here, so if I had a book on my head, it wouldn't fall off because it's just the same plane, I'm just shifting and now doing it equally. Now this is my personal neutral standing spot position. So this is what I've been teaching. And then last weekend after Jenny Morgan was saying all this stuff, I said, oh my God, am I saying the wrong thing? So I went up to her after the session and I said, this is what I'm teaching, is this right? For finding neutral. And she said yes. So I was like, thank God. So with that lesson, I encourage you to explore this. Because when you do this, first of all, we have more care of our body and we're taking care of our instrument. But because we are all approaching it the exact same way, it instantly unifies us. Right? So that's part of it as well. Also could be that we're thinking about something else, and so, there could be many things going on. All I know is that it works. Okay? So I'd like you to stand on one leg again. Notice which muscles are involved. Now, replicate that. Shift over and replicate so those same muscles are engaged all the way down. And then be able to move from here. Stay that, keep that connection going. Okay? This is open, this is it. Let's start the song. Pitch, ice cream. Just maintain this instrumentation here. This care for your instrument. Keep that neutral. Here we go. Don't do anything else with your body right now. Just maintain this stance.
All my days were lonely ones till you came along.
Is that different than before?
Now my days are happy ones. You fill my life with song.
Okay, this from here more as opposed to sucking in. We don't want to be sucking in those abdominals because we want to make sure we can
I'm
breathe.
just more aware of using them to get the air.
Okay, excellent, excellent. And is it easier to breathe?
Yes. I find it much easier to do that passive breath in, which I.
Easier to do the passive breath in?
Because I was a shoulder breather.
Yeah.
And so when you have that stance, when you stop to take a breath, you don't have to.
Yeah, so you're not shoulder keeping
Yeah.
tension breathing, you're just letting the air in because all the energy is down here. Yes,
You
excellent.
know, partly like, my hips now are floating.
Your hips are floating, excellent.
I have, you know, my knees are just sliding in,
Yeah,
and I can move my hips all.
yeah, it's free. Yeah, so we're not tense.
Yeah.
Because you can bend your knees and be really tense. But this is an energized stance, it's point. That's why I wanted you to be able to move. And this is part of that, what I was talking about in the up tune, the disconnect of the upper part of the body and the lower part of the body. So it's not just about bending your knees, and it's not just about doing it from the core. It's keeping this connection at all times. Because I can start like this and then disconnect, like at the end of a breath. I can start here, then I might want to help myself by engaging tension. But by maintaining this the whole time, all this stuff can happen. If I disconnect, you can hear what happens. So that's because of what I'm doing with my instrument. Yes? So I would like you to stand like this, please. Take care of your instrument at all times. I noticed when I asked you to do this, some of you went like this. And that's why I asked you not to use your body. We're engaging this right now. If you're going to use any kind of movement, start from here, not here. I love this microphone so much. Okay, so I would like you to go ahead. We're going to sing, and I want you to follow me in movement. I'm just going to make up some random movements. I want you to do everything from here and stay connected. Try not to disconnect the upper part of the body and lower part of the body. Here we go. We're here. I saw some shoulder breathing up there. I want you to stay like here. Put your hands here so you know. Right there. Yes. Bend your knee. Go on one knee, please. One leg, please. Just slightly. Okay. There you go. Now replicate that. Make sure this is neutral. Excellent. Here we go. From here. Good. Here we go. Start the song.
All my days were lonely ones till you came along.
Stay connected.
Now my days are happy ones.
Stay connected.
You fill my life
Stay connected.
with song. Because of you, there's a song in my heart. Because of you,
From here.
my romance had its start, Because of you,
Stay connected. Here. Good.
the moon and stars will say you're mine
Stay open here.
forever and never to
Excellent. So, did you hear a difference in the sound as they were doing all those movements? It stayed consistent. Yes, it was fluid. We didn't have a lot of bounce. You stayed connected. Excellent. Did that feel different?
Yep.
Musical product was improved.
Yes.
Okay, now, let's go back to integrating with this sense. I'm not going to ask you to do those moves because that's silly. What I want you to do is the reason I want you to move was to show you that you don't have to stand like this the whole time. You have the freedom to move and let the music move you by making sure you stay connected that entire time. We just proved we could do that with a bunch of moves. So surely we should be able to do that just moving to the music as we're emoting. Yes? So integrating that with the ice cream, the story that we had going before, and then the lovely differences of because of you, song and heart, because of you, this and that. We're going to integrate it all. Yes? You got to do it. Here we go. Ice cream. Set your instrument into place. This is open, this is in place, this is engaged. Okay. Go ahead and do this with me and sing your pitch. Okay, now do this. Do you notice the difference? What's different? It's lighter. I feel like you're dragging the pitch and the breath and everything from the floor, like and picking up an anvil. Okay? I would like this just to float up buoyance, and you enter and you go, ah. It's not a big hairy deal, it's just a pitch. Okay? It's not a strongman competition where we're lifting up a weight and pushing it over our head. Okay? It's just the welcoming, yay, ice cream moment. Okay? Here we go. Engage. Up. Nice. Keep going. Ice cream. Support your body.
All my days were lonely ones.
Nice.
Till you came along.
Stay engaged.
Now my days are happy.
Take care of your instruments.
You filled my life
It's a happy thing. Ice cream.
with song.
Keep moving here to the music. Excellent.
Because of you,
Make sure we take care of this. Instrument maintenance. Excellent.
because of you, my romance had its start.
Stay connected.
Because of you, the sun will
It's
shine.
blue, it's nighttime, it's warm and wonderful. Support it. What's your body doing? What's your face doing? It's a good thing. Stay connected here. Make sure it stays safe. Good.
I only live for your love.
Stay connected. We're starting to get out of that connection.
It's paradise to be near you like this.
Stay connected.
Because of you.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good, good, good. Stop, stop, stop. Oh, wonderful. Did that feel different? Now, some of you I was asking to pay attention to this kind of thing when you're emoting because it's affecting the staff. It also doesn't look as earnest as coming with your entire body towards them from here. Yes? Some of us were twisting, which is also a common thing that we see. Again, this is also an issue for maintaining the instrument. So make sure if you're going to move that it's coming from here. If you want to turn sideways or need to turn sideways, make sure everything goes with you instead of just twisting at the waist. Make sense? So I'm going to empower you to pay attention to what you're doing with your instrument every time you're on the risers. Is that a deal?
Yeah.
How many of you were in the PPI class yesterday? So for those of you who were in the class, we talked about maintaining the instrument, right? We talked about becoming more aware. So this is exactly what we're talking about right now. With that awareness, take that with you to the risers. It's so amazing when you do that. Did you enjoy that?
Very much.
Okay, can you tell them what you enjoyed about that, please?
I actually somewhat made a conscious effort not to direct certain places, and they did. They did what
So they know the plan.
And I actually changed the level of register. I was doing a lot up here and I took more down here. So I felt freer to direct from my stronger power,
Yep.
my strength area.
Yeah.
And so, and I think it changed the way it's in.
Absolutely. So they always mirror you, right?
Yeah.
So if you're doing this kind of thing and showing them a disconnected posture versus this powerful area, consciously or unconsciously, obviously they're picking up on this too. Awesome. Awesome. Did you like what it was sounding like, what it was doing musically to them?
I felt more power from that.
More power. Did you like what was happening visually?
Yes.
story-wise, character-wise,
Yes.
okay? Were there dynamics happening or not happening that you wanted?
I didn't notice a significant difference in that, but they did the plan.
Okay?
Could it be more exploited?
Yes. I actually noticed a bit of a dynamic shift on the stars. There's a different shade and color shift there, which also resulted in a softer approach to it. So I don't know if that was your plan or not, but that definitely came across more. I missed what you want. So, does all that make sense to you?
Yes.
Because we only have a few minutes left, so I want to make sure that we're not, I don't want to launch into anything else. I want us to wrap up with this and recap what we've done to make sure that these takeaways are all solid with you. Yes? So what were your takeaways from the ballad work? The lower center, having the neutral, lower center of gravity, core-oriented performance. Staying connected. That's a big part of it too, because we can establish this, but we can disconnect throughout the course of the song. So maintaining that throughout. And we saw that we could actually move while doing that. Yes?
To build the story throughout.
Build the story.
Rather than, we gotta tell the story right from the get-go, because the ice cream thing and knowing that we repeat because of you, and each time we need to be adding on that story helped, I think, a lot, so that we didn't get heavy, right? Because when you start heavy, where is there to go?
Exactly.
It felt more boring.
So having a build in the story, having distinctions between the different sections between every time you say because of you. Yes, and it was more poignant. Excellent. Anything else that you took away from this? Yes.
I tend to lock my knees, but yesterday I think it was the eye.
Yeah.
Singing to each other and touching each other.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to loosen up and doing this.
That helped you get to your neutral? Fantastic. Fantastic. You finally figured it out. Absolutely.
It's a lot like Tai Chi.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Pitch is just a pitch. It's no big hairy deal. It's actually, why do we take pitch? Right? It's for our benefit. It's not for the audience's benefit. Right? So we might as well do it for our benefit to set us up for the rest of the song. And if the idea is to sing the song with character and story, then the pitch, if that's what we're setting ourselves up for, then we should, logically should take the pitch with that character and story and the sound and all that kind of stuff. Yes? Does that make sense? Awesome. Any takeaways for you? We're going to bend over. We're going to direct here.
Yes. I'm going to use more of my strength play. The feeling is if I have to pull stuff out of it this way, I'm going to direct my solar plexus.
Excellent. And the takeaways from the uptune were character all the time, allowing yourself to bring more story to play to the choreography plan, to embrace the choreography plan, to understand the why of the choreography plan, yeah, and maintain the instrument throughout and integrate all these elements. Yes? Yes. You've been wonderful this morning. Thank you so much for everything.